Welcome to the video streaming and encoding crash course with Django. I'm Mahmoud. I'm going to teach you how you can develop video streaming and encoding app with Django. So this is the comprehensive video tutorial, how we can stream video contents, how we can encode videos into HLS format, that is dividing the videos into multiple HLS segment, and how you can play in the front end. So this is the comprehensive crash course that will help you to understand video streaming, encoding, as well as how you can handle those complex tasks in the background. So stick together. So before we start working, let me explain how it works. So in this example we have two videos. So let me click one. I have opened the network tab. So as you can see that this is not a single video, so it has multiple parts. For example, so these are the parts, that is the TS file. So this is a HLS video, and HLS video contains multiple segments of a single video. Each segments can have 5 seconds or 10 seconds depending on how you configure. So as you can see, this is the streaming situation we can work on. So before jumping into coding part, let me explain another thing. I'd rather say we are using FFmpeg. So this is a free and open source software project. This is a wonderful tool for media conversion, encoding, transcoding, a lot of things you can do with FFmpeg. So yeah, I'm glad that this is open source. Okay, so let me explain a bit. So for example, I have a sample video. This is WMV format. If I try to use FFmpeg, anyway, you have to install FFmpeg on your machine. So there are a lot of videos you can install. You can use Chocolatey for that. Okay, so what I can do, if I want to convert WMV into MP4, so as I've already mentioned, you can do a lot of things using FFmpeg. FFmpeg, then what I can say that, okay, so sample, then I want to say output.mp4. so as you can see that the conversion process is running. So we can see that 600 fps and something like that, the speed is something. So what it does, that it converts the WMV format into MP4. So this is one use cases you can do with FFmpeg. Anyway, another thing that we want to generate HLS file. So before that, let me show you something what HLS is. HLS video. If you just search HLS video, then you'll have a lot of information regarding this. You can follow this tutorial on Cloudflare, that they are showing how HLS works and everything. Basically, what in simple cases, that you have a long video, you just dividing the videos into multiple smaller parts so that the buffering issues will not happen in future. So user can stream smoothly. And to track, you have a playlist or list of segment file in order, so that each segments will be played in a specific order. So that's HLS. So this is commonly used. Another thing also commonly used is dash file. Okay, we'll later explore it, but before that, I want to show you something how you can generate HLS segment. So let me copy a command. So this is a command. For example, I don't have video import MP4, so I'll explain it. So I have a video that is vector something. So this is the codec. That means whatever the video codec is, just copy it. So codec is copied. Start number is obviously from 0. HLS time means if the video is 1 minute and you set HLS time is 10 seconds, then you'll have 6 segments. So this is the list size, and this is the important thing. This is called the playlist file. The extension is .m3uet. Basically, this is a text file, contains all the chunks in a specific order. Let me run it. So as you can see that this has completed, and this is very fast actually. So what you can do, that there are a lot of TS files. If you try to play it, you can play it. Okay, let me open with VLC player. So as you can see that you are able to play those files, but these are very small, for example 10 seconds each. So what it does, that it creates a m3 UAT file. If I try to open this with notepad, so there are a couple of information regarding the video, how many seconds total video is, what types of encoding and encryptions there, and this is the sequence of TS files. For example, output 0.ts the first segment, this will be the second segment, this will be the third. So what basically the video players does is that it plays, or it fetches couple of segments earlier or next couple of segments, so that the video buffering issue would happen depending on the internet speed. But if you for example, I have couple of videos here that is suppose 279 megabyte, so it's a huge for lower internet devices. So in that case video will buffer. So if you divide into smaller chunks, for example 10 seconds, and each chunk is just below 1 megabyte, so it will be very easy for video streaming. So this is the Django app. So okay, let me close everything. I will start from crash. So I'll start from scratch. So I just have a simple app that is video right now. So let me explain what it has. So let me open the model. So we are actually getting some MP4 validation at this moment, and in this video model we just have couple of fields, that is name. We are generating slug automatically. We have video description, that is the video file. We'll convert it into HLS in future. So we will generate video thumbnails. So as you can see in YouTube you have multiple thumbnails. So we will dynamically generate thumbnails or images from video using FFmpeg in the background process. So we'll also generate the duration of the video, as you can see in the demo. So okay, let me open the demo. So we can see the duration. If I go back, we have the thumbnail. So these thumbnails are dynamically generated. If I try to open the admin panel, so as you can see that these videos have video file, the thumbnails are automatically generated, we have automatically generated the duration, so, and also we tracked the HLS or playlist file. So all we can do that we will use background process in Celery, but at this moment I'll use Python management command or Django management command to encode the video. Okay, so at this moment our project is cleaned up a bit. So right now we don't have anything, so I have cleared all the videos. For example, I will try to upload, for example, first video, something like that, and then choose, okay, let me choose it. This is something. So currently as you can see that the status is pending because we don't have anything that is converting the videos into HLS, and no task is running. So right now we have just an MP4 video, we can stream it. So before that we will encode it first and then we will stream it. So what I can do that, so I have to create a management folder in video app, then a commands folder. So in this commands I have a file encode. Let me delete this. Okay, so let me create a file encode.py, and now just pasting basic things of Django management command. So okay, this is the basic thing. For example, print hello. So this is a normal thing. I'm just having the video model imported, and this is the bare bones structure of management command. Okay, let me open another terminal. Okay, so what I can do that python manage.py encode. If I write this and try to run it, so what Django does that it runs this Python file. So basically this handle function is called, it has arguments and keyword arguments if you need to pass it. So what we are going to do that we will have the latest video that has pending status first. Okay, let me do this. Okay, so right now we are not handling exception. So let me have this video dot objects dot filter. So what I can do that if we check this, we need pending status, right? So we have a status field, and the choices are by default pending, so we will fetch pending videos. So what we can do that pending status equal to pending, and we will take the first videos because we will encode one at a time. So this is a common thing if you have lower GPU or lower CPU server. If you have a lot of servers, clusters and high configuration computers, so you can encode parallelly, but at this moment I'll show you how you can do in sequentially, one at a time. So if object, so okay, let me print the ID to show you. Okay, let me run it again. So as you can see that we are getting we have printed the primary key. Now what we are going to do that, okay, I just copy some basic stuffs so that the video length is not so big. Okay, so I should share the GitHub repository. So initially what we are doing that we are turning the status into processing. As you can see that the choices are pending, processing and completed. So we can keep a failed status also, okay, anyway in future. So we are also setting the is running boolean field. There is a boolean field, by default it's false, that means no encoding or encryption is running. We are not doing encryption in this video, in the later part we'll do it. So we are setting is running true and we are saving this. And then we have couple of things to do. We need to find the video in the media folder. Basically when we try to upload, so these videos are uploaded here in media. So as you can see that we are creating a videos folder. For thumbnails we are also creating a thumbnails folder. So anyway, right now what we need that if we try to generate HLS files, as I have already shown you, it will generate multiple segments, so we need to store it somewhere. Okay, let me bring some more codes. So this is simple one, so that's why I'm just pasting it. Okay, so we need the OS module for this. So what we are doing that we are creating an output directory that is same directory as the input video, but with we'll have an HLS output folder. So if there is no folder, we'll create one. If there is already a folder, it will ignore this. And in this case we are setting the file name. We are just appending the file name. We are just extracting the file name basically before the extension. For example, vector.mp4. so we are just extracting the first part, that is 0, and we are concatenating with hls.m3 with this is the playlist file we are going to edit, and this will be the HLS path. We are just getting the output directory and output file name. Now we are just joining it, and for thumbnail we also have to save it somewhere. So we are choosing the same directory, output directory, and we are also having the thumbnail name. So this is a simple thing. I hope that this will be easier for you to understand. And right now what we do that we have run this command. So as you can see, so this is a common command. First one is FFmpeg, then this is -i, that is the input. So this is the video that we are going to process. There are a couple of other informations regarding HLS configuration, and the last one is basically the file name or output file name. So how we can run command line things, because FFmpeg is basically a command line tool. So in Python what we can do that we can use subprocess. For example, import subprocess, and in subprocess we can run many commands. So anyway, we have imported subprocess. So how it works, basically we need to pass list of arguments. So for example, this command has lot of things. The first argument is FFmpeg, then -i, that is the input tag, then the video location, and a lot of things. In this case we have copied the codec, but we'll use another video codec in our encoding part. So what we can do, that we can add a list. The first item will be FFmpeg. It will invoke the FFmpeg command line tool. The second part is -i, that is the input tag. Third one is basically the input file. So we already have the input video file path here. So this one will be different. C:\v, that is codec of video. So basically we can set video and audio codec. We can also copy this, but for better video we can use H.264, H.265 for better encoding, so efficiency. So that's why what I'm doing, that for video codec we are using H.264. this is a very common video codec. And then what we can do, that -C:\a, that is basically the codec of audio. We will use AAC format for audio, comma, then we'll configure the HLS, that is -HLS_time. then we can set that we need 5 seconds for each segment. So as you can see that if I try to open this one, so FFmpeg, and the next command is I, the next is video, next is codec. So this is the way we will handle in subprocess in Python to run command line things. Okay, so now what we can do, that we have to determine HLS_list_size. so we will set it to 0 initially, and then we need to determine HLS_base_URL, that is basically the URL or the dynamic path we are going to use right now. So let me open the m3 file we have generated earlier. So as you can see, the TS files are in the same directory. That's why we are able to play it. But what happens if the directory are not the same? So we'll have to the video folders can be changed. So that's why we will use dynamic path here. So how we can do that is, okay, so we can use curly braces dynamic_path. so later I'll explain it how it works. So what we can do using Python or Django, we will dynamically change this portion to our base folder. In this case we are using this kind of folder structure. So in your project you can have multiple different folders. So we can change the path, and after changing the base path, then we will have the HLS segments here, so it can access those things. So another thing, that is move flags. So basically these are a couple of configuration thing I'll explain later. And the last argument is accepting everything, that is Y. Okay, so the last one will be the output path. So we already have the output HLS path here. So I know this video tutorial can be boring a bit, but if you stick together, we'll be able to understand how everything works. Okay, so these are the commands we all need. Now if we need to run it, what we can do, subprocess dot run, we will pass the command list in the first argument, and we'll check equal to true to run in the background. Sorry. Okay, then we have to set something. So what we can do, that after completing this we will be able to, okay, let me copy some more basic codes. So we are just setting the HLS path in the admin. As you can see, currently this has no HLS path, this has nothing. So at this moment what we can do, that we will run it, and after that we will set the HLS path, we will set the status to completed, we will set the is running to false. Okay, let me run it. Python manage.py encode. So before that, so okay, this is not running, the status is pending. So if I try to run it, so as you can see that these are actually running. So if I try to refresh it, this is currently processing, this is currently running, and in the media folder, so we will have videos soon. So kindly, this is actually running. So in the media HLS output, so we have lot of segment files. So let me wait a bit. So currently I'm running FFmpeg using my CPU. So if you can run it using GPU, it will be very faster, 10, 20, 30 times faster. Now as you can see that encoding process is done. If I try to refresh it, that is completed and is running is false, so we get HLS file. Let me open this one. So media HLS, so this first one will be the M3 URL. So as you can see that the base URL is something like that. So using Django or Python, we can replace this fixed portion with our original directory or file path. So that's how we can dynamically generate or change the path. So these are the segments, so from 0 to 50, so it has 50 segments. So, and as you can see, this is the end list and this will be the starting list. So we have successfully generated the M3 weight file. Right now our task is to generate thumbnails, because in this video we do not have thumbnails, we do not have duration, we only have generated the thumbnails, sorry, HLS. At this moment we already generated the HLS files, but we do not have any duration, we do not have any thumbnails. So I have cleared this, I have deleted old generated files. So there is no duration, there is no thumbnail, and okay, I will make it pending, save. Okay, so okay, let me comment out this before I show you how you can generate. So another command we need, that is FFprobe. Whenever you install FFmpeg, you will have another tool, that is FFprobe, basically to extract information about the video. If I run it, so as you can see, there are a lot of things you can have, the height, width, the video codec and everything, the ratio 16:9 or what is that. So a lot of things, but we need basically duration, that is this one. So we will extract it. Okay, so what we can do that, okay, so it's okay, so let me comment out this. So okay, I have copied some command, so this will be command underscore duration, basically the same command, FFprobe. So the first argument is FFprobe, then -v quite. We will have a JSON format so that we can load it in JSON module and extract it. So this is the video file. Okay, so as in our case, the video path is input video path. Okay, now we need to run it. we will store it in a variable called result, then subprocess dot run. So the first argument will be the command. Okay, the next argument is shell equal to false because we want to store the output. Check equals true. Then standard out, that is basically whenever the command is running, command has been run, then the output should be stored where. So this argument determines this, that is subprocess dot pipe. So we will store whatever the output is in this variable. That's why I'm putting this like. Okay, if I try to print this one, result. Okay, at this moment it is not printing, probably. Okay, so it should print. Let me, okay, oh sorry, let me print this one. It should have print something. It doesn't print anything, but why? Okay, so let me add exception and print it here. So is there any exception on this? Module has no attribute pipe. Oh, so this should be capital. Okay, anyway, so if I run it right now, it will run. Okay, that's why we actually need an exception block. Okay, so this will be result, not results. If I run it now, so we have a lot of things, but as you can see that it has escape characters because currently the output is JSON, so we need to convert into a dictionary. So what we can do, that output underscore JSON. Okay, before that we need to import the JSON library, JSON module. Okay, then what we can do, that JSON dot loads result dot std standard out. So whatever the output is, we are converting into Python dictionary. So that's what we are doing. So now if I try to print this, okay, why an s is adding here? Okay, so as you can see right now, this is this has converted into Python dictionary. A lot of things in this dictionary, so we can work on it. So we are generating video length, so that is video underscore length set to none. By default we do not have anything. So what we can do, that okay, so if I try to format this JSON formatter, let me copy this and paste it here to see where the duration is. Okay, also you can see that there are two streams, basically one for video, another for audio. The first one is for video. As you can see, the codec type is video. If I minimize it and expand the second one, the codec type is audio. So we need the first one basically, so we need the codec type video. Okay, for stream in output JSON, streams, if stream, the key is basically codec underscore type and it should be video. So as you can see that the codec underscore type should be video, and we will take that JSON. So video length will be float. We will convert because probably this is text. Stream, and the key is duration. Okay, then break. We are breaking the loop. So let just print it. Okay, let me run it. So as you can see that we are successfully able to generate the video duration using the FFprobe command, and at this moment we only have the thumbnail option, so we can also generate it quite easily using FFmpeg. So let me show you. So right now, before generating the thumbnail, I need to show you another command, that is we are using FFmpeg. This one is the input, we have the video. So as you can see that currently we do not have any picture here, so let me group by type. So we only have mp4 file, ts files and m3 with playlist file, but we do not have any image files. So we are selecting the video. The -ss is basically the starting seconds from in this case we are starting from 2 seconds, and -v frames, that means we are taking 1 frames, and -q or -q:v, that means the quality of video. So currently we are setting 2, so this is very high quality. You can have from 1 to 31. There are a lot of quality things you can tune. -y is agree, and this is the name of the file. If I try to enter, so as you can see that some process happened here, and if I try to open this, yeah, you are getting an thumbnail image from FFmpeg from the video. So again we'll do the same thing in the command line. So I think this will be the same, that's why I'll copy it. Okay, let me just write here cmd hyphen thumbnails. Okay, let me copy it because the video is already getting very long. So FFmpeg, this is the input video path. We are taking seconds, only 1 frame at a time, and the quality will be 2. This is y, and this is the output thumbnail path. And what we can do, that we can simply just copy this one, or in this case just copy simple this one, because we don't need the output, we'll just generate it. This is the command. So if I try to run it, so I hope that it will work. Yeah, this is work, because yeah, a thumbnail has been generated. Okay, let me delete it. Okay, one more thing you can do, that the output file or input file, you can have UID or something unique identifier. To keep it simple, I haven't put everything here. So okay, let me uncomment this. So our duration calculation is working fine. So we are getting video length here, we are generating thumbnail here, and this is the crucial part, it is generating the HLS part. What we can do, that we are setting output HLS will also thumbnail as output thumbnail path. So probably we have a thumbnail path here, as you can see. So in the model we have a thumbnail field, so we are setting here, and we also need the duration, that is the video duration, probably, yeah, that's one. So we already have calculated the video length here, so let me save it here. Okay, then complete it. I hope that everything will be working fine. Let me check in the admin panel. Currently it is pending, it does not have any HLS, duration or thumbnail. Okay, run it, python manage.pyencode. So the process is starting basically. If I try to refresh it, so kindly this is under processing and it is running, so it will take some time. So we have successfully generated the M3 UAT playlist file, this one. the TS files, as well as we have generated the thumbnail. So if we try to see the admin panel, so yeah, we got the duration, we got the file path of the HLS M3 file, the status is completed. If I try to visit it right now, the home page, so this is a very simple view. So I haven't shown it to you guys, so let me show you. So I have just a simple view that just completed videos are shown here in an HTML file. Let me open the templates. This is a very simple thing. So normal CSS, just showing the videos in a loop. I have used Bootstrap. This is the thumbnail URL, and this is the video name, created date, duration, something like that. You can extract as many as information you can. You can generate everything from FFmpeg. So that's the first part of encoding. So but right now we are using management command, but it will be better whenever a video is uploaded, encoding part will be automatically submitted to a background process. It will process one at a time. In example, whenever you upload videos on Facebook or YouTube or something like that, the processing starts after a couple of while, and it notifies you. So you can do a lot of things. So for that reason we will use Celery. So I have a wonderful tutorial on Celery. So this is a very comprehensive tutorial. So in this written tutorial on Medium, you can import data from Excel file using Celery and Panda and Django signals. A lot of things are written here. So first I'd suggest that you can try this one first before understanding Celery. So okay, another thing I need to mention that, for example, this output.m3 file we generated earlier. So if I try to play it, so the VLC media player or video player can play it because the playlist and the segment file are in the same folder. But in other cases we can have CD and we can have different folders for segment files. So that's why in our case, let me open the generated M3 file. There is a portion that will dynamically be changed. So from our Django view, so we'll see it further. Congratulations guys, you have completed the encoding part. Now we will learn how we can do video streaming. So for video playing and streaming, we will use Video.js. Normally you can play MP4 or simple video files in video tags HTML. So but Video.js is a very popular video playing library or framework. So it has a lot of features. So for example, there are a couple of skin themes. So if I click get started, we will use video CDN. So let's just look at the structure. First we need to import the CSS as well as the JavaScript file. So then this is common basic video tag. So it has a it can add multiple features in video playback. Also it supports advanced playback such as streaming contents, that is playing HLS video, because those videos are not normal MP4 or WMV files. So HLS has couple of segments, so it can also play dash files and other stuffs also. And apart from that, Video.js has many plugins. For example, if you need to show ads, if you need quality switcher, for example in YouTube, we can see that we have different quality videos, 240 pixel, 720p, 1080 and a lot of things. So there are tons of plugins you can utilize. So it depends on your use cases, but currently what we will do that we'll play our generated HLS videos. Well, at this moment if I click it, it does not do anything. So let me create a simple view for single videos. Okay, let me close everything. Okay, so in views, so I'll create a simple video, simple views for single video. So let me copy a function because the video is getting very long. So what it does that it takes a video ID, then just getting the first content of that, and currently we do not have any function of that, so let me return something. Okay, so this is the function at this moment. Okay, let me attach with an URL, that is, let me copy another thing. Okay, I'll share my GitHub repository of this complete project. So I have imported the videos here. So as you can see that we are having the slug in the URL parameter. So by the slug we'll be able to fetch the video, and we'll generate the HLS playlist URL. That's the path of the HLS playlist file. For example, in our case this one, so we have to send the path also. Okay, let me refresh it. At this moment we do not have anything, so we need to update our template. So what we can do that in our template file, so currently in Encoding we do not have anything, so what we can do that we will use Django template tag for URL. That is, our URL name is basically HLS video player. Fine, so we will pass the video slug as argument. So how we can get the video slug? Video dot slug. I hope it will work. And if I try to refresh now, as you can see that we have the first video, so we are getting the slug. Currently we do not have any template, so let me create a template file, that is videoplayer.html. So we will be using basically video.js. So right now I'm copying the code because it will take too long to write HTML CSS. So here are a couple of bootstrap things. So we have imported video.js CSS, video.js JavaScript file. So I've set the container size 50%. Okay, fine. So this is the important part. So the source of the video should be the HLS URL. Currently we are not generating, but we will generate it. So this is the video name, this is the created and something like that. Okay, let me refresh it. So at this moment this media could not play because we do not have any mechanism for sharing the M3 WAD file, because this variable is basically nothing. I mean in the view we just passed this one, so it won't play. So I have got some sample M3 WAD file. Let me check whether it will work or not. So if I try to add it here, I hope that it may work. I don't know whether the server is running or not. Okay, so these samples are running. So for example, if we just pass the M3 WAD location, it will be able to play the files. So I got it from a gist from this person, I don't know. So if I inspect here in the network tab and play it and seek something, so as you can see that the TS files are basically we are able to download it in the background. So the video.js is doing everything for us. So this is it. We need to send the HLS. In that case we have sent a demo, but in our case we will send the dynamically generated video file here. Okay, so if we try to do this, that is video dot just you know, the HLS path, that is this one. Okay, so let me check whether it will work or not. So as you can see in the console we are not getting this. We are unable to fetch any data because the path is basically this one. Well, if we open this one, so it does not play anything because it's just a M3 WAD file. Okay, let me open this one in VS Code. So okay, this one is the m38 file. So we are having the m38 file, but the problem is the segments do not have the proper path. So we need to replace this portion with actual file path, and also we cannot just give the static file path addresses to play videos from over server. We need a view that can serve the files as a files response. So we will do it now. So let me copy two more functions. I'll explain it. So these two views are needed for this. Okay, I'll explain it further. So I need some importing things. So I'll need to import file response and HTTP response. So I'll break it down. First thing is we need to serve the HLS playlist file. So this one. So for this we'll just having the video and we are opening the file, and what we'll do that we need to change this part with the actual base path. So kindly what we are doing that the HLS segment URL will be the base URL, that will be the absolute URL, and plus this is our Django view. So we will have another URL for this view, and for each segment we'll have a separate path. So this is the base URL, and in the m38 file we are just actually replacing this path. Okay, let me show you one thing. Let me create a URL for this, for example this one. So let me import it. Okay, so this is the playlist file. We are just having the slug or integer parameter video ID, and from this video ID we are fetching the video content, and we are dynamically generating the HLS or m38 file. We are reading it here, we are updating the portion here. Okay, let me save it. And also we need to change something in this view, that is single video player. Right now we are just showing this one video HLS, but what we can do that we can have this one. So that is the reverse URL. So we need to import it from Django URLs. So let me import it from Django URLs. We are importing reverse. So that is the URL name, for example this one, and we are passing the video ID as argument. Okay, fine. If I try to refresh it right now, yes, we are still getting, but right now we do not have any error in this m38. So this one is the playlist, and if we check the response of this, so if I try to open the preview, so as you can see that right now we are getting the m38 file, also a URL to fetch the proper segment. For example, this is the HLS segment, the video ID, and as well as this is the actual segment. And at first it tries to open the first segment, but right now we do not have any URL to handle this file response, because these are files. m38 is note that this is a text file, but the segment files are basically video files. So we need another mechanism for this. And also here as you can see that we are sending HTTP response, the m38 contents, that is basically file, but we are setting the content type is mpeg URL, because this is the Apple standard. Basically HLS is Apple thing, so that's why we put the content type as application/vnd.apple.mpeg URL, so that the video player can understand this is an HLS playlist file. Okay, so now the second view, that is serving the HLS segment. So before that we need to import the OS module. Anyways, the video is getting too long, I guess that's why I'm copying this. I'll share the repository. So this one having the video, and just getting the path of the HLS directory, and this is the segment name because we are just having the segment, and for each segments we are just passing as file response. So let me save it and let me have the URL. Okay, so in our project we'll add another URL that will be the serve HLS segment. This will be the video ID, this will be the segment name, and from these two information we will have the actual segment located in our media folder, and we are sending the segments as file response because this is file. Now if I try to open this, so as you can see that we do not have any error right now, and we are able to get the TS files. So if I try to preview it, it will have some random previews because this is a video file actually. So now we can play it. So as you can see that other segments are also getting downloaded at the same time. So 1 2 3 4. If I seek here, so I can see that I can start from 11 seconds or 11 segments. So the streaming is working very fine. But without, if we try to just pass the file path, so it won't work because it needs a server. The server needs to respond as a file response, as well as the playlist file also needs to have something like that content type. So these are the views we needed to play HLS files. So I hope that the video helps you to understand how video streaming and encoding works. So this is it, but this is we need also another thing. Right now for encoding we are manually just running python manage.py encode, but we need to make it automatic. So before that you have to understand how background processes work in Django. So basically we will use Celery for this, and we will automate the task. We will use Django signal to invoke a task that will handle video encoding automatically. So later part we will show it. Congratulations again, you have successfully completed encoding part as well as the streaming part, but now another crucial part is important, that is encoding in the background process. That is, we are using Celery for the background task handling. Okay, so before that I need to install pip install Celery, but I have already installed it, so the requirement is already satisfied. So before that I want to mention one thing. So you need to study Celery, how it works. So I have a wonderful article on this. So you can utilize Celery to import contact information from uploaded CSV or Excel file in the background. So sometimes it happens that some tasks are very heavy, so you cannot do in a one single request response cycle. So that's why you need Celery. Okay, I'm a bit sleepy right now because it's 3 AM right now, but I will finish the video anyway. So to start with, in the root project directory we need to create an app, that is celery.py. Fine. Okay, so I already have created one. So this is very simple. You need to import the OS module from Celery, import Celery. So this is the default environment, that is Django settings.py, default environment for Celery. This will be the project name. We will initialize with an app, so we will configure it. So this is very common thing, you can follow my article on this. This is just a debug task for Celery. And in the settings.py, so we need to configure some Celery related information, for example these things. So I'll just copy it. So this is Celery broker. By default we can use Redis. So Redis can be used not only for caching, but in many use cases we can use Redis. So what happens in Celery, that when you invoke a task, it creates a message, then it passes the message to an executor, that is Celery broker. So we are using Redis for this. So for backend also we are using Redis. We can also use database also. So currently we will accept the messages as JSON. So the task results also in JSON. So this is the time zone. So currently I'm setting my time zone Asia Dhaka. So that's it. You need to run Redis. So yeah, my Redis is running. So I can ping pong it. So my Redis is already running. So I can set, yeah. So my Redis is functioning quite well. So I'm using WSL, so you can use anything. So this is it. But at this moment we need something else, that is a task that will execute the encoding process. Well, before we create a task, we need another thing that is called signal. So basically signal is a function that is called after an event happened with a model. For example, suppose in a model, whenever you try to insert something or update something, delete something, you can have some functions called after or before that. So this is basically the signal. So to create a signal, so in app folder we will have signals.py. So because we can have multiple signals, and let me just have something from Django.db.models.signals import post underscore save. So as you can see that there are a couple of things: post, save, post, delete, something like that. So whenever we save some data, we can invoke a function or method using post save. So another thing is we need a receiver. So from Django.dispatch import receiver. So we need receiver. So let me create a function that is video underscore signal, and it takes two parameters. First one is post underscore save, and second one is sender. That will be our video model. So let me import it. Okay. So for which app or which data model or database table you want to set this function. Basically, suppose for example if I just print it, nothing will happen because we need to add this receiver as decorator. So add receiver, we will say that post underscore save. Okay, I just messed up something. So this sender will be so this will be here actually. Anyway, so the decorator will take the post save argument, as well as sender is basically the app, and the function will take couple of things, that is sender, that is instance, that is created, and arguments or keyword args, something like that. So the function takes couple of parameters, and some parameters are automatically populated based on what signals we are using. So if we use post save, that means in instance this is the object of the single video file or object, and this created is a flag that will show you if this is the first time or a new instance is created or not. So you can check it. So okay, if I save it and look at the terminal and try to update some data, for example if I try to just save it randomly, but nothing happens because we haven't connected our signals anywhere. So to connect the signals, we need to update our apps.py. So what we can do, that we can have a function that is ready. It takes self as an argument, and it import video dot signals. So we are just importing whenever the app is ready the signal file. So right now this one will be attached. So okay, so if I try to save this thing again, now if I try to look at that, the signal is calling, because we are using post save argument as the receiver. So whenever a user saves data, whether it's the first time or second to last, any other times, so it will invoke. And if I add this, if created, and then do this, or else print, let's say updated, and this one is created. Okay, fine. So let me save it. Okay, so as you can see, this one is updated. So created is not activated because we just updated previous record. If I try to upload another video, for example, which one? This one. So if I save it, okay, so this field is required. Okay, anyway, okay, so fine. So this one is created. So this is the signal we'll utilize for invoking tasks. So whenever a video is uploaded, a background task will be called. So we already have the management command, that is encode.py. So we will just copy these things, or we'll have a reusable function for this. So well, to work with Celery, we need to create task. So in app, what we can do, that we can create a file, that tasks.py. Here we will create a task. So let me copy the existing task. Okay, I just copied because basically the same. So these are the things we have already done in management command. So these are the same thing. So I just copied it, same thing. So what we do, that we just imported Celery and imported a shared task, because the tasks are shared across the app or project. And also we have sleep duration that will pass in this function video_encode, that is how many seconds we have a delay. And this is the video ID, and everything is common, just copying the exact thing from here to here. So this is the task we have created, and this is the decorator we are adding to a function. So this one is bit bad practice, because we have same thing here, same thing here. So better to have a reusable function, but I do not have much time because it's already very long. So that's why I'm doing this. Anyway, so we have the task, and in signals we need to invoke this task. So just go here. So if this is created, and let me check one thing, if instance is available and also the file is created, what we'll do, that we will just call the function, that is video encode dot delay, because we are having 3 seconds or 5 seconds delay, and instance dot id, because this is the object when we create or save data. So we will get the primary key from this, and we will just import it from the task. So in signals, in theoretically we will be able to call this function, but at this moment it will not work because we are not running Celery. To run Celery, we need something, we need another terminal to run Celery. For example, this one. So I just copying the command Celery. This is -a, and this is the project name. We are setting worker level info, and we are running in threads. So if I try to run it right now, okay, so it will take some time. As you can see that the Celery is invoked, but we need to call it again. So let me delete this video and create another one. So this is something title, something like that, just choosing a video. for example, which, okay, let me group by type. So I have a couple of videos, for example this one. If I try to save it, okay, yeah, it's saved. And one thing you notice that in Celery, a task has been called, and immediately, because we call it in 3 seconds. So if I try to refresh it, so this is currently processing and this is currently running. So if I try to scroll up the terminal, so just after saving the video, so it creates a task that is received by the Redis message broker. The message broker then pass this information with the delay duration to Celery, so it will execute the task based on the duration. Yeah, that's it. So this one is running right now. This has created the files also. If we try to view the folders, yeah, we are having another video that is bulk email. So TS files are generating, so we'll be able to see all those files are generating in the background. So right now we do not have to run manually the management command. So what we do, that we'll have a reusable function. Right now these things are multiple places. It's not a good practice, but for simplicity I just copied it. Okay, let me wait a bit to finish it. Yeah, right now our task is completed, so it takes roughly around 179 seconds. Yeah, this one is true. So if we try to refresh it, yeah, we can see that the HLS, duration, thumbnails are generated. So in the front end, so as you can see that another video has popped up. So if we try to play it, yeah,
Hello everyone,
we can
আমি
play
টুকু
it.
আজকে আপনাদেরকে আরেকটি ভিডিও নিয়ে চলে আসলাম। আজকে আমরা খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট একটা বিষয় নিয়ে ডিসকাস করব, সেটা হচ্ছে
we are able to find the HLS segments, and as you can see that this is playing smoothly. And what we can do, that we can utilize CDN for serving the TS files over CDN for better buffering or less buffering streaming. I know this video is critical. Some portions or some ideas are complicated to understand at the first time, but what I'll suggest, that please go through the video once again. Also I'll share the code base and related articles. I faced difficulties, and I don't know, I didn't get much videos or tutorials on this topic, and this is also rare, because I haven't seen much videos or articles regarding a comprehensive crash course regarding video streaming. Well, I know the course content is a bit trickier and difficult for course content is critical for to understand, and also I haven't seen much video tutorials on this, and also one single video or a complete playlist on video streaming and encoding are rare. I hope that you will understand, and I'll suggest that you watch the video again. Also the source code I'll provide in my GitHub, also my articles on Celery, because there are a lot of things I have to cover in one single crash course. So yeah, this one is complicated. So thank you everyone for watching this long crash course on video streaming and encoding. So the next part, you can do that, you can utilize CDN, for example AWS, Google Cloud, something like that, to serve the TS files, so that the buffering issues will not happen, because CDN will cache the content based on location, so based on nearby location. So also you can do video encryption. Right now we are just encoding the videos, we do not have any protection scheme. So what we can do, that we can use video encryption, we can use DRM to protect download or screen record. So there are a lot of things we can have in video engineering. In front end also we have a lot of things. We can set watermark, we can do quality switcher, double tap to seek 10 seconds 20 seconds like we do in YouTube. So there are a lot of things we can do in video engineering part. So I hope that this video will help you. I faced difficulties while learning this thing, so that's why I'm creating this video tutorial. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share my videos with your friends, colleagues. Thank you so much.